Hey guys, this video contains discussions on sexual assault, trauma and abuse, so viewer discretion is advised. Make good choices. So Hazbin Hotel is finally out and it's really great. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's a pretty big deal. And like all animated big deals, there's been a lot of talk surrounding it, both in the lead up to and in the wake of its release, and opinions and think pieces and theories are flying all over the place. Mostly theories. God, there are a lot of theories. I'm not here to talk about theories though, I'm here to talk about, well, you read the video title, didn't you? I'll be the first to admit, I didn't have the greatest first impression of Angel Dust. When the pilot first dropped 5 fucking years ago, there wasn't really much to him. His whole shtick was, I'm gay and slutty and also an old-timey gangster and a porn star, with only a couple hints in the actual video as to there being more to him, particularly his admission that it was all a persona he was putting on, though you could be forgiven for assuming that was a joke. But lo and behold, Angel went from being just a comedy campy caricature to a fully three-dimensional character, as well as having perhaps the best written and most darkly visceral and real story arc of any of the characters. And it all comes down to trauma and abuse. I'll be honest, I was planning on doing a full review of the season, then I heard that some people were claiming the show was glorifying his abuse, and I decided this needed its own video. Because clearly, mine is the opinion everyone needs to hear. The review is still coming, I'm just dealing with some burnout at the moment and need to work on smaller projects until I have the energy to get around to dealing with it. So let's get into it then. Let's talk about how Hazbin Hotel handles Angel Dust. And for the record, I'm not considering the pilot or addict for the purpose of this video, because it's still not clear what's considered canon from the original, and everything we need is contained within season 1. Alright? Alright. So first of all, the show doesn't glorify Angel's abuse. That just straight up doesn't happen. What you have going on is a very stark depiction of sexual and psychological abuse, but it's not glorified or fetishized in the slightest. I touched on this briefly in my Valentine special video, which you should totally go check out. It's a fun time in my 100% unbiased and objectively correct opinion. But depiction is not endorsement. I know anytime you depict an uncomfortable topic in media, a group of people will automatically accuse you of glorifying the thing. I mean, remember when people got pissed off that there was a homophobe in hell? Well, these people are the living embodiment of the death of media literacy and shouldn't be listened to. See, the thing is, while everyone knows episode 4 as the big turnaround for Angel's character, we get a good view of his situation as early as episode 2, when we see Valentino's abusive chain of texts before we even see the man himself. Valentino absolutely loses his shit when Angel moves to the hotel and even has to be talked down by Vox so he doesn't storm over and try to kill everyone there. And he later leaves dozens of fucking voicemails that bounce between sweetness and aggression, which is a common abuse tactic. It might seem weird that Val is losing his fucking mind over Angel living somewhere else while he still has him under contract, but that's the thing about abusers. It's not about logic or love or anything of the sort. What's driving Val crazy is that it takes away his unfettered and immediate access, which loosens his control. Angel plays off the hotel as somewhere he can stay without having to pay rent, but episode 6 makes it pretty obvious he's not hurting for money, and it's pretty clear that's not what it's about. No, he moves to the hotel because it's a safe place. It's likely that he agreed at first because he figured that Charlie's authority as the Princess of Hell would outweigh Valentino's influence, but it's made pretty clear later that he considers it his real home with people he really cares about. See, the most common way to control someone is to convince them that they're alone and reliant on you, and a common abuse tactic is to destroy your victim's relationships so that they have no one to turn to outside of you. And the moment Angel moves to the hotel, that isolation is immediately eliminated. The problem, however, is that Angel needs to nurture these bonds himself to give himself a support system, and he just can't do that at first, because he needs to believe that things can be better to allow himself to be helped, and he's not capable of that right away. Shit hits the fan in episode 4 when Charlie arrives at the studio to attempt to
aggressively kindly speak with you about Angel,
which Val interprets as Angel trying to use Charlie to get him out of their deal, until he flies in for a rage and brutalizes Angel in a really fucking hard to watch scene that made me physically flinch, and forces Angel to chase Charlie away before he's forced to film all night. And you know what? If you think anything about this is glorifying abuse, then you're clearly not fucking paying attention. I get that people watched Poison and probably got caught up in the theatrics of it, but that's exactly what it was. Theatrics. Angel putting on a mask to get by. But just like with the rest of the episode, the mask constantly slips, and it's made pretty fucking obvious that Angel is suffering through the whole thing. If this was glorifying anything, we wouldn't see Angel in pain in multiple shots. We wouldn't have Val silhouetted as a predatorial monster, and we absolutely wouldn't fucking have the song conclude with Angel literally breaking down in tears. Everything Angel does is designed to give him a sense of control, to the point where he willingly self-destructs and regularly allows people to drug him out of the wretched hope that he might make himself less appealing to Val. Even his voice is masked, constantly raising the pitch and softening his accent to appear softer and more sensual. The only times we see him drop the act fully is when Val breaks him.
You know she can't do anything. I own you. Or have you forgotten that?
No.
When I say come, you say...
Yes, Valentino.
When I say you are fucking 20 guys before lunch, you say...
Yes, Valentino.
When Charlie won't listen immediately after...
Charlie! Just stop!
Angel, what are you talking about?
Charlie, leave!
But...
I didn't want you to come here. I already asked you to leave and you didn't listen. You made things worse.
I just wanted to help you.
Well, you ain't! You actually want to help me? Get the fuck out of here! Right now! And let me finish my work.
And finally, in his confession to Husk.
It's not an act! It's who I need to be. And this is my escape. Where I can forget about it all. How much I hate everything. A place where I can get high and not have to think about how much it hurts. And maybe, if I can ruin myself enough in the process, if I end up broken, I won't be his favorite toy anymore. And maybe he'll let me go.
Angel is broken, fucked up beyond all belief, but he still has hope. Despite Valentino's best efforts, Angel finds his support system in the hotel, and thanks to Husk, he, ironically, finds hope in their shared hopelessness, and also sings the best song in the whole show, Fucking Fight Me.
You've lost your way, you think your life is wrecked. Well, let me just say you're correct.
Wait, what?
I'll talk about it in more detail in the full review, but there's a touching beauty to Angel's friendships with Charlie and Husk. Despite his obvious terror, he's still willing to try to protect Charlie from Valentino's rage, and the obvious comfort he and Husk find in each other's company throughout the rest of the season is genuinely heartwarming. Angel values the hotel and his friends so much that he openly defies Val in public, calling his bluff and walking away with a bloody nose, but also the one thing he didn't have before the hotel, a future.
Fuck off, Val.
Excuse me?
I said fuck off. I may have to put up with your bullshit, but you ain't fucking with any of my friends.
You forget who you're talking to? I own you, bitch.
Yeah, you do. In the studio. And you can do anything you want to me there. Just like our deal says. But out here, I get to do what I want. So once again, fuck off.
Enjoy the rest of your night, bitch. Because I'm going to enjoy making you pay for it tomorrow.
Fucking dickhead.
Fuck it. It was worth it.
Way to go, kid.
Oh, what the fuck? For my collections. What up, guys?
I'm an abuse survivor myself. I was abused by a close family member for a long time, and the fucking abyss of despair that is that sense of isolation and hopelessness, that feeling that you're completely alone and unseen in your suffering, it's all too familiar. It's hard to sit through scenes like this sometimes. They bring back memories of the worst parts of my life, but these are stories that need to be told, and they need to be told well and respectfully, and Angel Dust's story is told well. It's harsh and violent and depressing, but it's also true to life. Valentino acts as a macrocosm of abuse, and it's made him the most hateable fucking character on the goddamn planet and the biggest monster in hell. On the scale of the world, he's an overlord, reigning over the damned souls of hell, but on the personal level, he's the worst demon there is because he's real. He's a pimp, an abuser, a rapist, and he's Angel's living nightmare, one that there's seemingly no escape from. But I think there will be an escape for Angel. I don't know what it is yet, but Vivzy seems dedicated to telling Angel's story right, and theatricality aside, because it's a show made for entertainment, and you just have to accept some level of dramatizing for these things, she's done a good job. I want to thank her, really, for doing what she's done, and for making Angel more than just a joke, because he deserves far more than that, and people deserve to have their stories seen. All that said, if you're someone who struggles with the trauma of your own abuse and finds scenes like this triggering, it may be for the best to simply read a plot synopsis of episode 4 and then watch the Loser Baby music video, because again, best song.
We're both losers, baby, we're losers. It's okay to be a
Coked up, dick-sucking hoe?
baby, that's fine by me.
Thank you for watching, and I hope that you're all loved and cared for, wherever you are. Bye.